All right, it's November 29th, the second last day of this challenge, and I'm not going to make it. I've played 67 hours. I've only made $1,388. I've dropped about $1,000 since the high of this challenge, and it's not going to work out. I've basically been struggling with burnout since October and just not feeling sharp every day. And in October, I took a bunch of days off, and it just didn't help. And part of that, I think, is sleeping in a van when it's cold out is actually really hard on your system, because every single night when it's cold, it's waking me up at like 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm often not getting much sleep because my face is outside of the sleeping bag. And so I went to Vancouver, and it was a bit better because it gets down to about 4 to 6 degrees overnight. But I was still feeling burned out. I was still struggling to play more than 4 hours in a day. I had to cut my workouts back because working out even at 55% of my maxes was just making me need to sleep 9+ hours a day. And so I finally said, okay, well, maybe I need to go somewhere where the weather is actually warm enough and I can maybe stabilize this routine. So I came to Puerto Vallarta, and it's starting to help. I can already feel my workouts being a bit better. My sleep routine's gotten a lot better. Just not being cold every single night has made a huge difference. Um, but it's also comes with its own challenges. For example, the internet here is pretty spotty. I can't play on Starbucks Wi-Fi. The poker sites won't allow you to for some reason. So I had to get a Mexican phone number, and now 3 of the 4 sites I play on work. But I've also lost probably 10 buy-ins to disconnections where the internet just kind of went for no reason for 10, 15 minutes, and whatever games were on the screen were just done. So that's been kind of tough too, but that's still only, a couple $100. I think the bigger problem was the burnout, and my focus in December is to play 120 hours, to just focus on that, not worry about hitting a certain dollar amount. And I'm going to see what I can do about staying somewhere milder for the winter instead of just being in my van in, Vancouver Island, where it's going to be down to 6 degrees at night, because my sleep quality on my sleep app has gone from, 65, 70% to like 85, 90% in the last week. So it's obviously making a huge difference. I've been able to increase my workouts a decent amount and not feel any kind of negative lingering side effects. I don't feel cloudy. There's been a lot of times when I'm kind of talking to ChatGPT, and I would just have these long gaps in my thinking because I'm just completely burned out. And when I actually asked ChatGPT, why do I feel this way? It listed about 15 different areas of my life that are stressors that are I've kind of treated as normal background things, but that are definitely contributing to burnout. So I feel like I'm working on those things now by being here. Got to chalk this up as a failed challenge. And I initially said I was just going to blow up my credit after this and just kind of cut my bills down to next to nothing. But I think the climb is still going. I think now that I'm not burned out, I can take another run of this in December and smash it. So that's all I got for this one. Let you know in the next one how things are going.